Sunday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon from Kuala Lumpur. Now you are watching live from Kuala Lumpur. Now today we are going to I'm going to share with you some important questions that you need to be aware of if you are trying to apply the Malaysians My Second Home program, MM2H programs. Now, before we start, remember to click like, subscribe to my channel, and leave your comment if you are watching replay. Okay, and please, the today's episode will be a very important one. Now, if you are watching replay, watch out the timestamp below. Yeah, you can choose your questions that you wish to know more. Now, let's come back to the Malaysians My Second Home programs. I know there are a lot of questions that you may need to get clarifications, and also in certain blog in Facebook, okay, there are a lot of people asking the same questions again and again. Okay, I'm trying to clear the air now. So for this episode, I will categorize all the questions into different topics. For example, like the properties, the fixed deposits, the visa issues, right? I'll put that into different categories. So watch out the timestamp below. Now, questions 1. Let us more focus on the property that you have to purchase. Now, we know that now applying MM2H, you have to apply buy a property and the holding periods of 10 years. All right, we know that 10 years as your holding period, you can't sell your property. But under certain circumstances, you still can sell your property. Okay, now number 1 is that if you hold your property after 10 years, all right, after 10 years you can sell, you can do whatever you want with the property. Okay, so there is no more holding period once you get past the 10 years moratoriums. Now the other one is if within 10 years time frame you wish to cancel your MM2H programs, to terminate that, now you still can sell the property. Okay, now under circumstances number 3 is that if one day you wish to upgrade your MM2H category, for example from silver to gold programs, or from gold to platinum categories, now then you can sell your existing property, but you have to buy another property that fulfill the requirement of the highest categories. Now the questions now is that if, for example, if you are applying the silver category in the very first times, but you already bought a property more than say 2 million for the platinum category, all right? Now in these circumstances, if you try to upgrade your silver programs to either gold or platinums, you don't have to buy anymore because your existing property already fulfill the highest categories programs. So this is the something that you need to bear in mind. Now for those, remember, for those who are watching live now, let me know where are you watching from. If you are watching from North America, US, Canada, or if you are watching from European countries. What about our neighbor from Singapore? Okay, let me know if you are watching from Singapore or from China mainland, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan, or the Korea Republic, and also Australia, New Zealand. Anyone from Australia, New Zealand, let me know. Okay, now and then question number 2 is that if you already bought the property years ago, all right, but during that time your property is still less than 600,000. Now for Example, if you bought your property before 2013, okay, 2013 is a very important year because before 2013, foreigner can buy property in Malaysia at whatever price. There is no minimum threshold for foreigner before 2013. So a foreigner, if you have bought a property before 2013 at the price of say 300,000 ringgit, until today, if the property already appreciates in value more than 600,000, you still can apply MM2H. So not to worry about if your property bought before 2013 is less than 600,000. What you need to do now is to get a valuer to value your property, and if it is more than 600,000 ringgit, then you already meet the requirements of the Malaysians My Second Home program, at least at the silver category, right? The minimum entry, the silver category. That is very important. You need to bear in mind, especially for those category foreigner who have lived in Malaysia for years. Okay. Now, question number 3. Now, you may ask, when can I apply to withdraw my 50% fixed deposit? Now, you must remember, you must remember the procedure, okay, the sequence. Now, your FD is not for you to withdraw your FD and buy property, okay? It is not that way. It is that you use your own money to buy property, okay? Only after that you apply to the immigrations or to the one-stop center to withdraw your money. You must, so the sequence is on the other way round. So you must buy a property first using your own money. You sign the sales and purchase agreement and you pay for that. Okay, once you have the sales and purchase agreement with a proper stamp, and also you have an official payment receipt, only then you can apply to withdraw the 50%. Now, the maximum amount is 50%. Okay, bear in mind the maximum amount is 50%. It doesn't mean that you will be given 50%. If the payment that you make is less than 50%, right? It means that you can only withdraw your actual payment. So not necessarily 50%. Bear in mind on this. And now when you can do that, now if you have applied your MM2H programs, all right, and you got the approval, and later on you come to Malaysia and you do the actual visa endorsement. Now it is from the visa endorsement date, all right, you can backtrack to 2 years before the visa endorsement date. It means that if you have bought your property within 2 years, all right, you have bought the property within 2 years, and from the date of endorsement you still can apply to withdraw the fixed deposit. Or the other way is that you only buy your property after you get your visa endorsement, and there's a time frame for that. It must be within 1 year, all right? And you will also have to beware of the stamping issue, all right? Try to buy your property hopefully within 10 months, so you still have some times for the stamping, for your lawyer to perform others subsequent job, especially the stamping. So this is very important, please bear in mind. Now questions number 4. Now there are people who ask, can I buy land? Okay, can I buy land and build my own house, okay, or own bungalow? Now the answer is no, you can't do that, because if you buy land and build house, you will not have a proper sales and purchase agreement. All right, your sales and purchase agreement will be on the land, it's not on the property. It's not on the residential property. So you cannot buy land and build a house on the land and then send to OSC to register your property. No, you can't do that. You can only do that if that piece of land is bought and it is not for the MM2H purpose. All right, bear in mind. Now, question number 5. Can you buy property using a bank mortgage? All right, the answer is simple. Yes, you can. The MOTAC does not restrict you from the way you buy your property, whether you buy it with cash or whether you get a loan from the bank. Now that doesn't really matter. So no worry about that. If you are eligible, if you are qualified to get a bank mortgage, please, you can proceed with that. So this is question number 5. And again, subscribe to my channel, click like. Please have to click like and leave your comments if you have any. And let me know if you are watching from the United States or Canada, the North Americans or the European country, and also if you are watching from Republic of Singapore or China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan, Korea, Australia, New Zealand, Thailand, Indonesia, wherever you are from, leave me a comment so that I know who are the viewer who are actually watching. Now from my YouTube's studio, I know actually viewer from Singapore top the list. Right? Let me know if we have our neighbor, our Singaporeans watching live or a replay. Now, question number 5. People may ask, can I buy sub-sales or second-hand in the general wordings? Can I buy second-hand properties? Now, the answer is yes. If you are applying for the silver, gold, or the platinum category. All right? For these 3 categories, silver, gold, and platinum, you can buy secondary property or sub-sales or second-hand property. Yes, you can do that. But if you are applying for the special economic zone, now you can only buy first-hand, direct, a new property direct from the developer. Okay, whether you buy direct from the developer or whether you are buying from the agents, through agents to the developer, now that is allowed. Just that you are not supposed to buy a second-hand property if you are applying the special economic zone. Now, bear in mind, this is very, very important. Okay, leave me your comments if you have any questions. Leave your questions and write it to me. Now, questions number 7. If I buy more than one property, right? Can I sell those property, those are more than one, property number 2, 3, 4, can I sell that within 10 years? Okay, now the answer is also very simple. Yes, you can sell it within 10 years, just that for the first property that you buy and you register with MOTAC for the MM2H purpose, now that you must hold it for a minimum of 10 years. Now that is the rules. Questions number 8. Can I buy shops, factories, or any type of a commercial property, warehouse? No, I'm afraid no. You can only buy residential properties, whether it is a service apartment, whether it is a Soho, Sofo, Sovo, whatever you call it. Now you can only buy those. You can't buy a shop lot. You can't buy warehouse, you can't buy factories, you can't buy land and try to register under MM2H. Remember that. Now, what about those who are trying to buy the property under joint name? All right, especially under the name of a husband and wife. Can you do that? Yes, you can, provided that both name are under the list of the approval letter. All right, you may apply the MM2H together with your family. So all the name listed on your approval letter, okay, you can join name with one of your dependents. Now, bear in mind, if your spouse is not on the approval list, and if your property you buy, you try to join name with your spouse who are not on the list, it is not allowed. All right, bear in mind. This is question number 9. Question number 10 is upgrade category. Okay, like what I have mentioned, to upgrade your category, you will also have to buy a property under a property that fulfill the requirement of that category. So if you are buying just 700 or 900,000 property for the silver program, now one day if you wish to upgrade to gold program, and then you will have to buy another property more than 1 million ringgit. Right now, for the first property that is 700 or 800,000, if you want to sell, you can sell that, no problem. But in the other hand, if you are applying for the silver categories, but the property you bought is already more than 1 million, so you can just upgrade without buying. Now that is also allowed. Okay, what else? So remember to click subscribe, click like, and leave your comments if you have any issue. Right now we are still under explaining the any questions on the property. Now questions number 11. Okay, can you buy a property which is still under constructions? Right, we know that in KL especially, there are a lot of property that is still under constructions. You may have to wait for 3 years, 4 years, or even 4.5 years. The answer is yes. Even it is not completed, right? You haven't got the VP, you still can buy those. What is more important is that you sign the sales and purchase agreements, and also you make payments to the developer or to the agents, right? You still can do that. So that is not a problem. If you want to buy a ready unit, ready property, or you want to buy property that is still under constructions, now that is no problems. And questions number 12 is that the minimum amount. Now this is very tricky. Okay, now we know that in silver category, okay, the minimum amount to fulfill is 600,000. For the gold program, it is 1 million. For the platinum, it must be a minimum of 2 million ringgit. Now for silver programs, even though it is a 600,000, if you are trying to buy in KL, now the property must be at least 1 million ringgit. So between 600,000 and 1 million ringgit, okay, you must take the highest value to buy. Now in Penang, okay, it is 500,000, which is for MM2H holder. And in JB, in Johor, is even tricky. There is no minimum threshold for Forest City, but in the rest of the JB, the rest of the Johor, for new project, okay, for certain new project, all right, the keyword is certain. For certain new projects, it could be as low as 600,000, but for the second-hand property, it is 1 million. So it's a bit tricky. If you wish to know more, you can contact me. This is the WhatsApp QR code. You may scan and contact me for that. Now, you may also ask questions number 13. You may also ask, what if I did not buy within 1 year after my visa endorsement period? Now, if that happens, I'm afraid your visa may be revoked by MOTAC. So it then become a very serious issue. So try to perform your property purchase process within say 10 months. Okay, leave 2 more months for some unpredictable thing that may happen. And question number 14. How Motec knows if you have buys property or not? Now, if you have, your agent should register your property with Motec once you buy it. Once you have bought your property and you get your SPA signed, right? You must register with Motec. Your agent must register with Motec. Whether if you have not buy or your agent forget to register with Motec within 1 year, Motec will call your agents to remind them, okay, you haven't bought your property. So they don't care if it is a fault of you or your agent. So please bear in mind, register with Motec within 1 year. That is how they will know if you have buy or not. Okay, now that is all about property. Let us go to other topic. They don't care. Right, if you have any questions, leave me your questions. Also, let me know where are you watching the live stream from, whether you are watching from North America, if you are watching from a European country, if you are watching from Singapore, or the Far East, okay, China mainland, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Tell me where are you watching from. Okay, now let's go to some others issue, as let's say the 90 days that you have to spend at least a minimum of 90 days in Malaysia. Now for this ruling, it only applies to principal applicants. Okay, the keyword is principal applicants, that is less than 50 years old, right? So if you are already more than 50 years old, you do not have to fulfill the 90 days stay requirement. So if you bring your spouse or your children, all right, if the principal applicant is already more than 50 years old, it means that the whole family do not have to meet this 90 days stay requirements. All right, it's only applied to those principal applicants who are below 50 years old, so that your dependents, now even your dependent is not subject to 90 days, but they can help you to fulfill this. So the 90 days will be shared by the whole families within 1 year, right? So that will make everything easier to fulfill, especially if you have children studying at the local international school. So 90 days normally is not a problem. Now you may also ask, if you are 49 years old now, right, what happened after 1 year when you reach 50 years old? Now according to Motec, okay, according to the explanations from the government officials, at the time of 49 years old, all right, you still have to fulfill the 90 days requirement. But once you reach 50 years old, now this requirement does not apply to you anymore. So it makes your life easier. And you may also ask when the 90 days start counting, right? It is actually counting from the calendar year, okay, starting from the 1st of January until the 31st of December. This is a complete 1 year. So if you get your visa endorsement on say 30th of June, so you have 6 months to go for that particular years. So you need only 45 days. Okay, it is just a simple mathematics. you just need to fulfill 45 days, which is half of the year. If you the day you get your visa endorsement on the say 30th of September, you have only 1 quarter to go before the year end. So you just get 90 days divided by 4, 20 over days. So that will do. So remember, the 90 days start count from the calendar years, from the 1st of January until 31st of December. Okay. Now let us you may also ask, can I perform 180 days from in the second years? If you, especially for those who can't make it on the first year, but you're trying to fulfill 180 days or 120 days in the second year. Now the answer is no, I'm afraid, right? You must fulfill each year for that 90 days requirement. Of course, if it is not a complete year, you just do a simple mathematics. It's just a direct proportion from the 90 days. You just can't complete the whole 180 days for the 2 years. Not that way. Okay. Now, if you want to know more about license agency, if you want to know how many license agencies are there, you can scan the QR code. All right. Now this is the QR code provided by the government. Now you will know who are the license agency. Okay. Now we got Dalians. Okay. Hi there. I'm in Australia. Okay. Hi. Good day from Australia. And looking to move to Malaysia next year with MM2H Silver. Okay, I'm 53 and retired. Okay, drone needs to show income each month. It's just the past history, including fund to live off. Now, you don't have to to show your income. All right, or to show your bank statement, or to show your liquid assets, not fixed asset, liquid assets. It is not mandatory. All right, if you are 53 years old and you declare yourself as a retiree, now just get your income statement or your bank statement ready. Okay, you may be asked, you may be let go. Now that will depend on the officer who evaluates your applications, right? But not to worry too much on this, because if your profile is good, if your profile is very convincing, normally you will not be requested to show your bank statement. Okay, not income statement, bank statement. But just prepare that just in case. Now, the bank statement to show the officer if it is requested. Now, try to show about 3 months or 2 months, 3 months, or at least 1 month together with your fixed deposit in Australia. If you have any fixed deposit in Australia, whether it is fixed deposit, it could be in your stock exchange, it could be from your whatever statement that you can show, even from your superannuations. Right, if you can show the superannuations, you are receiving fund each month. Now that is good enough. So Dalians. All right, at least we have someone from Australia who are watching live stream now. Siu Gyok Ong. Okay, Siu Gyok Ong. Hi, Mr. Ho. I'm making progressive payment for my property as it is still being built. Yes, that is what we call, that is under construction. You are buying a project which is still under construction. Can I withdraw 50% of the FD right away to sorry, okay, where am I? Withdraw 50% of the FD right away. Now, the first thing, Mr. Siu Gyok Ong or Miss Ong, I guess, I reckon Miss Ong. Now the first thing I need to know is that you must let me know when have you bought the undercons project. How long ago? You must let me know this. This is very critical because if you already bought this undercons project 2 years ago, now you are not entitled to withdraw your FD. But if you are just bought it about a year ago or 1.5 years ago, and if you apply now, you still eligible to claim that 50%. All right, but you must show that you have made payment, you have made progressive payments. Okay, if say you are applying the silver categories, okay, silver categories, the 50% mean 75,000 US dollar, or equivalent to about 320,000 ringgit. Right, you must show that you have already made payment of a minimum of 75,000 ringgit. Exceed that amount, if you have made less than the amount, okay, what you can claim is the actual payment that you have made. Right, I believe is Miss Ong or Mr. Ong. I'm sorry if I address you wrongly. Okay, can I let me know where Siu Gyok Ong are watching from? Singapore, Malaysia? Okay, Dalians. Dalians from Australia. I am investor and will be living off passive income. Digital asset like Bitcoin consider fun. Thanks. All right, you can show your Bitcoin income. Yes, yes. Not too worried about cryptocurrency. You can show the passive income in whatever form. It could be in cash, sorry, not cash, a bank transfer. It could be from a cryptocurrency. It could be from your stock exchange. Anything. Okay, anything legal. Cryptocurrency is legal trade in Malaysia, by the way. Okay, to make payments towards the property, yes, Siu Gyok Ong. Now, you must show also, now in Malaysia, okay, normally when you buy a property, okay, you need to sign SPA, sales and purchase agreement. Now, by the time you sign the SPA, you will have to make a 10% payment. Okay. Now, after that, you will have to pay according to the construction's progress. So, once you have made whatever payments, okay, just get a payment receipt from the developer, okay, to prove that you have made payments. Now, that payment receipt will be used when you try to apply for the withdrawal. Okay, whatever amount that is less than 50%, you will get the amount, or whatever amount that you have paid more than that, the maximum you can get is 50%. All right, Siu Gyok Ong, have not bought yet. Okay, now that is if you have not bought yet, now it doesn't really matter. You can buy now and apply later. Okay, try to apply within 1.5 years. Okay, if you buy today, try to apply within 1.5 years, because you have 6 months to complete the your applications. Now the average time will be 3 months. I know in May and June. Okay, now the lead time has been expedited, has been made faster. But anyway, if you buy today, apply your MM2H within 1.5 years. Okay, I wouldn't say 2 years. From Singapore, but based in JB. Okay, that's good. Okay, we have also a branch, our property branch in JB. If you wish to view property, or if you wish to buy property in JB, you may also contact me. We have a branch office in JB as well. Okay, Dalian. Okay, awesome. Thanks. Yeah, So cryptocurrency, not to worry about that. Now, from Singapore, Siu Gyok Ong, if current progressive payment is less than US dollar 75,000, how many times can I apply withdraw from the FD? There's no restriction on that. Okay, you can split it into 2 times, 3 times, or each year. Now it does not have restrictions on the how many times, but bear in mind, for us, the agents, all right, to help you to withdraw the your FD, okay, we will charge you a small amount, of course, just a small amount for our service. So the more you try to apply, so the more you have to pay us. So I would suggest you apply for, say, if you can't do it in one time, just split it into 2 times or 3 years. Okay, do you have contact with realtor in Penang? Contact would be appreciated. Cheers. Now, we are the realtors, and we also the MM2H licensed agent. Okay, we hold 2 licenses. Now we do have a branch in Penang. Right now we do have branch in Penang, our headquarters in KL, and also we do have branch in JB as well. So not to worry, all the major cities across Malaysia, we do have branch. So you can see my WhatsApp QR code. Scan the code and contact me. I'll give you the realtor contact in Penang and JB if you wish, right? Now, okay, visa durations. Okay, let's continue with more questions about the visa durations. Now we know that for the Special Economic Zone, the SEZ, okay, now the program is for 10 years, right? Silver for 5 years, gold 15 years, platinum 20 years, right? Platinum is a 20 years program, but the visa endorsed on your passport will be only valid for 5 years. Okay, the keyword, it will be valid only for 5 years, or whatever years in your passport. If your passport validity is less than 5 years, for example, if your passport will be expired in 3 years, so the visa endorsed on your passport will only be 3 years. Now you can of course renew that after 3 years. So the maximum is 5 years. You will have to do a renewal or extend. Okay, or the better terminology is to extend each 5 years. So SEZ 10 years, it will be 5 plus 5. Of course, after 10 years period, you still can renew for another 5 years multiple times. Basically, there's no limit for the number of times that you can renew. So that means you can actually spend your whole life in Malaysia. The same thing happens to Gold program, which is valid only for 15 years. After 15 years, you still can extend for another 5 years and 5 years and 5 years and so on. That is the meaning for the program's validity periods. Now, if your passport has only 3 years, okay, now we know that your visa endorsed on your passport will also only be 3 years. Now what happened after 3 years? After 3 years, you will be given 2 more years. All right, you will be given 2 years to complete the first 5 years. Only after that you will be on a 5 years visa. So whatever less than 5 years for the first time, the next time it will complete the first 5 years, unless your passport is more than 5 years validity. So you will be given the 5 years, and after that you will be given 5 years and so on. Okay, we have not finished for the visa duration. Sorry, I think we have finished for the visa durations. Let's see more questions from Dalians. Okay, I will contact during the weeks. All right, okay, thank you. Is it possible to get a Malaysian passport? I'm afraid no. Now this is only a visa programs. All right, of course these visa programs, theoretically there's no ending. Okay, you can live in Malaysia for the rest of your life if you do not commit any crime in Malaysia. Of course, it is not a pathway to get a permanent residency or to get a Malaysian citizenship. So without citizenship, you will not get a Malaysian passport. This is for sure. Okay, remember, help me to click like, leave your comments, and also if you are watching from overseas, let me know where are the countries you are watching from, and subscribe to the channel, and more importantly, click the notification bell if you wish to receive more videos on MM2H and also properties. Okay, and also news on properties. Now let's go to fixed deposit. Now some of the questions has been asked by Siu Gyok Ong from Singapore. Now fixed deposit, what currency can you put in the fixed deposit? Now you have two choices. You can either keep the fixed deposit in any bank, any commercial bank in Malaysia. Okay, there's no appointed bank, just any bank, as long as they have a branch in Malaysia. You can keep in a US dollar or the Malaysian ringgit. Okay, choose one. Okay, you have options, US dollar or the Malaysian ringgit. And when can you withdraw? Now I have said that. Now once you bought your property within 1 year, okay, you sign the SPA, the sales and purchase agreement. Once you sign it, and once you have made actual payments, and then you can use the document to apply for the withdrawal. So it is not withdraw to buy, it is buy and then you withdraw. That, remember the sequence. Okay, there are many people who think that they always ask, can I withdraw the money to buy the property? No, this is the wrong sequence. The correct sequence is you buy and pay, and then you withdraw. Okay, the other questions that some viewer asked me is that, can a dependent open a bank account as well in Malaysia? All right. Now this is questions from one of the families. The answer is yes and no. Right? Can dependents open bank account in Malaysia? Now, for most of the bank, okay, most of the bank that allow the principal applicants, the approved principal applicants to open a bank account in Malaysia, they also allow the dependents to open bank account. But for certain banks, they only allow principal applicants to open the bank account with them. They do not allow dependents, right? So you need to choose wisely. If you need to know more, contact me. Now, let me know if you have any questions, right? Let me know. Let me go to okay, Dalians from Australia. Can I purchase property with my company to use for my MM2H investment? No. Okay, the answer is no. Okay, I'm afraid no, you can't. Now, if you use a company name to purchase the property in the sales and purchase agreements, your name will not be appear on the document. It is your company name. And by the way, if you are applying for the silver program, you are not supposed to have a company in Malaysia. If you are one of the shareholder in your company, it means that you have invested in the company. Now this is strictly not allowed for those who apply silver, SEZ or the gold programs. It is only allowed for the platinum's category. Okay, remember this. Very important, Delians. Okay. Now offshore company. Okay. Yep, you have explained. Okay, you can hold an offshore company. Yeah, no problem with that. But you can't use the company name to buy that, because the SPA will not write your name. Okay, the SPA will only have your company name, not yours. So you can't do that. So the sales and purchase agreement, it must be clearly written your name. So it must be under your personal name, not your company name. Right? Now let us go to others questions. For those who apply the platinum's categories, okay, for those who apply the categories, platinum category, we know that you are allowed to work, you are allowed to do business, to run your business in Malaysia, but is it mean that your whole family members can do the same? The answer is no. Okay, the answer is no. Only the principal applicants are allowed to work, to run your your company, to invest in shareholder, everything. Only the principal applicants. At the moment, dependent is not allowed to do that. Okay, give me a sec. Okay. What else? Can I? Now, can I purchase rental property with offshore company as well to rent out for you? Now you can do that, but not register under the MM2H requirement. Right? Now for the MM2H requirement, it must be under your name, and you are not supposed to rent. Now it is meant for personal residential. So, but for the second property, third property, you can buy it using your offshore company, and you want to rent it out or whatever. Just remember to comply with the local taxation's policy. Now that is all right for the second or third property. So not to worry about that. And the most important thing is you must comply with the taxation's requirements in Malaysia. Okay, now we have mentioned about the platinum's category. Okay, who can work, who can run business, who can invest in business in Malaysia. Okay, it is only for the principal applicants, not for the dependents. Now insurance. Okay, now talking about insurance, we know that every applicant below 60 years old, okay, every applicant below 60 years old, you must have a insurance before you get your visa endorsed on your passport. Right, 60 years old and below, it is a mandatory. Now you can buy insurance in Malaysia. You can also buy insurance in your home country, provided that you can show that the insurance in your home country also cover your bill in Malaysia. Now, most of the time in the insurance industry, if you buy in your home country, if you want to cover the bill in others country like Malaysia, you can either buy a global coverage insurance. Okay, it is very important. We need to see the words global, which means at least it also cover Malaysia. Or if your insurance policy is the coverage of your insurance policy is on a regional basis. All right. Now for some certain Asian countries, their insurance will say that it cover Asian country such as, and then they will bracket, they'll put the country names. Now make sure the word Malaysia is stated clearly in the policy. Alright, if you want to buy your insurance out of Malaysia, you can do that. But I will strongly advise you to buy the insurance here in Malaysia. Okay, is health insurance cost part of the agent's fee? Yes. Now, this time, okay, for this version of MM2H, the agency fees that you pay, it will cover everything. Okay, it covers everything that is mandatory. All right, it only excludes those is not mandatory, that is not required by the government. Now, for those optional payment, okay, that you can choose, like for those who those who are 60 years old and above, where the insurance is not mandatory. Okay, now that will be up to you. You want to buy or you don't want to buy, now that is up to you. Now only those things that is not covered, everything is covered. You will not pay any penny extra for all the services. Of course, if you choose the services that is not in the contract. Okay. What else? Okay, come on, let me know if you have any questions. Remember to subscribe to my channels and click like and leave your comments, and more importantly, press the notification bell if you don't want to miss out any important and critical video. Now, type of passport. Okay, now this is I only my viewer all this year. Only one viewer asked me, what type of passport can apply the MM2H? No, right? Now, for some individuals, they may not have a valid passport or an official passport. They may hold only a travel document, or even some even hold the diplomatic passport, or some passport that I have not even heard of. Now, you can't do that. MM2H programs only accept ordinary passport holder to apply. Okay, remember this, only ordinary passport. No travel document, no diplomatic passport, no government's passport or whatever you name it. No, only apply to ordinary passports. And okay, you may also ask what once your application is granted, is approved, okay, how long before you can come to Malaysia? Now, right now it is 90 days. You must come to Malaysia to perform the visa endorsement within 90 days. Now, if you cannot come within 90 days, okay, for some reason you can't come within 90 days, you must tell your agents, you must show proof that for some reasons you cannot come, so that your agents can apply for extensions. Now, if you can't show any documented proof, after 90 days, after the duration has lapsed, you will have to reapply again. All right, it will be troublesome to reapply again, and you must produce all the document again and reapply and wait. So it will be better to inform your agents beforehand and show proof of your reasons why you can't come. Now, this is very critical, very important for those family who have children studying in school, as they can't just take 1 week off or 2 weeks off to travel to Malaysia and do all the visa endorsement. So for school children, I understand that you may have to wait until summer holiday or winter holidays. Now, if that happens, please get a document from the school and send to the agents, and ask the agents to apply for extension for the kids, for the children, right? And let me know, where are you watching from? Are you watching from North America? Are you watching from the European country? Are you watching from Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan, and Korea? or any countries. Okay, let me know so that I know more about my viewer, why my viewers come from. All right, now we continue. What else? Okay, what if you already have invested in a company in Malaysia before you apply the MM2H? All right, or what if you already have a valid and active pass or visa in Malaysia before you apply MM2H? Now, in these circumstances, you still can apply the MM2H program, but once it is approved and once you want to get the visa endorsed, you must first terminate your existing your current pass, or once your MM2H visa endorsement is completed, please let go your shareholding in the company. All right, we don't know if one day the government official check on the company registry and found out that you are actually holding certain share in the company. Okay, Siu Gyok Ong, for existing property under joint ownership, must both owner apply for MM2H together? Example, husband and wife. Can one party apply without the other? No, I'm afraid no. Okay, now apply you can. Okay, now for husband and wife, let's say only the wife apply the MM2H, right? But the property is registered under a joint names property. Okay, the property will show that your name and your husband name or your wife name, which means it's a joint name property. Now, I'm afraid in these circumstances, it is not recognized. Okay, now the joint name in the property sales and purchase agreement, okay, all names must be in the same approved letters, or okay. Now the name must be appear. Now, for example, if just a husband and wife, both of you must apply and both of you are in the joint names list. Now that's okay. Now, but for some families, all right, the family of 4, you apply for the MM2H, so there will be 4 names in the approved list, but in the joint name property, it could be any one of them, but one of them must be from the principal. Okay, if you understand me correctly, just let me know. Now the lead time of applying MM2H. Now at the moment, the lead time will be on average. Okay, I couldn't say if it will be a longer or shorter than that, but on average it will take you 3 months. Okay, but recently May and June, we see the effort from the Malaysian government. All right, it's a big effort from them. Most of the applicants get their approval within 30 days, 30 working days. Okay, just give me a sec. There are someone's pressing the bell. Okay, now the other one is the what about principal passed away? Okay, principal die in Malaysia. Now, if that happen, if that unfortunate event happens, you can transfer the principalship to your next of kin. Of course, how to choose your next of kin is very important, especially for those applying as a family members. Okay, with more than 1 children, you must take note on that. Siu Gyok Ong, for existing property under joint ownership. Okay, I have answered this. Children above 21 years old. Okay, if you are bringing your adult children above 21 years old, now there's an extra steps before visa endorsement. Okay, you must go to any of the commissions for off in Malaysia to declare that your adult children above 21 years old is unemployed in Malaysia, and also they are not married, they are still single. Now this is very important, but of course your agents must know this, and your agent can help you to do the declaration or under the commission for off. The time now is 2 o'clock, so we have go live for 1 hour. So if you have any questions, please let me know as soon as you can. I have a few more questions to answer. Rejected case. Okay, if unfortunately your application is rejected, now what can you do? Basically there's nothing you can do. Okay, once the application is rejected, it is final. Of course, you can try to ask your agents to send in an appeal, but most of the time it will be rejected as well. But the fortunate thing is that once you send in your applications, if there's any documents that the immigration officer needs you to send them, they will do it a lot more prior in advance. So your agents must understand how to or what type of document to send in before they process your applications. Don't wait until they complete your applications and they give you a rejections letter. That will be too late. Now SEZ, okay, some of you may ask, if you apply for the special economic zone, because the amount that you have to put in the FD is very low, and the property bought in Forest City is still relatively low, but can you live elsewhere? All right. Now for these questions, you can, provided that you buy your property in Forest City. If you want to live in KL or live in Penang or anywhere in the peninsula, you can do so, but just not Sabah and Sarawak. Okay, you just can't travel to Sabah and Sarawak. Of course, if you travel to Sabah and Sarawak for short vacations, less than 30 days, you still can do so, but not reside in Sabah and Sarawak. This is something that you must understand. There are people who are trying to do the other way around. They are trying to apply for the MM2H, the Sarawak versions, or the Sabah version of the MM2H, and trying to come to the peninsula and then live here. Now the Sabah government have reiterate they will set up a task force to catch those person who apply for the Sabah MM2H but reside in peninsula. So take note on this. It is a serious offense. They may cancel or revoke your MM2H. Now, okay, interview. Now this is a very important question, but not to worry too much. Now, we have not experienced any applicants who pick up for the interview, but just for precautions. Now the Royal Malaysian Police Force will be the authority who perform the interview. Now, where the interview will take place, until today, the information we got from MOTAG is that most probably it will be in the OSC, the MOTAG office. It could be in MOTAG office. It also could be in the nearest police station, but I believe this is unlikely. The MOTAG one in the MOTAG office will be the most likely venue for the interview to take place. Now it could also be in the immigration's office in Putrajaya. Now we don't know, but if you are picked up for that, MOTAG will notify your agents before the interview take place. And also it's very important that there will be no interpreter provided. All right, no interpreter. So the interview process will carry out in English or whatever language that the Royal Malaysian Police Force is trying to accommodate your language. in the whole interview process, there will not involve agent. If there is, the MOTAC will notify the agents to come along. But at the moment, we do not know what will happen for the interview process. So we have got we still have got a 12 viewer. So if you have any questions, try to leave me your questions as soon as you can. I have a few more. No, there's one more question from the viewer. Okay, extension of the 90 days for visa endorsement period. Okay, now this one actually I have mentioned just now. If you can't arrive to Malaysia within 90 days, try to give your documented evidence saying that you can't come. Try to inform your agent to send in the application to extend the 90 days. Now, they will extend it for once for another 90 days. So if that still doesn't enough, there's nothing we can do. So you may have to reapply after the first extensions. So this is something that every one of you must remember, must take note. Okay, again, subscribe, click like, and leave your comments if you are watching a replay. Let me know if you are watching the live stream. Where are you watching from? Have we got any viewer from the North American countries, US, Canada? Have you got anyone from Europeans? Singapore, the Republic of Singapore, our neighbors, China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan, Korea, Australia. Okay, we have someone from Australia. We have from Singapore. What about from Indonesia and Thailand? Okay, New Zealand. We have only one New Zealanders in my live streams a couple of weeks ago. Right, let me know. We still have 12 people watching live. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, maybe I will wait for another 2 minutes. It is the time now is 2:08 on Sunday, July the 6th, not July the 7th, July the 6th. Yep, I have answered all the questions from the viewer at the moment. Now, please, if you have the if you wish to apply the MM2H, this is my WhatsApp QR code. You may contact me. Okay, here, right? You may contact me for that. At the moment, we have a 100% successful rate. So let me know if you have any questions. I have 1 more minute to go. It is 2:09 at the moment. We will finish today's live streams in 1 more minute. Yeah, we have only 6 likes. Please try to click like and subscribe to my channel, and more importantly is press the notification bell for better video or live streams next week, if you don't want to miss out any video for next week. So Mr. or Miss Siu Gyok Ong and Dalians from Australia, we do have branch in Penang and in JB. So Mr. or Miss Siu Gyok Ong, if you would like to view any property in JB area, let me know. I will arrange that for you. I will check with my colleagues in JB branch to assist you in property viewing. The same thing happened to Dalians from Australia. Yeah, we can arrange a realtor for you in Penang. That is not a problem. Okay, it is now 2:10. I shall complete today's live streams. I will see you next week. All right. Okay, bye. Okay, maybe about October, November. Cheers. All right, no worries about that. Okay, October or November. I'll see you there.